Welcome back to Time with God series. Joyce Meyer's Everyday Life Bible Journey for Busy Moms. I'm WendyMichelle Thompson, and we are picking up at Genesis chapter 12. Now, in Haran, the Lord said to Abram, "Go for yourself, for your own advantage, away from your country, from your relatives and your father's house, to the land that I will show you. And I will make of you a great nation, and I will bless you with abundant increase of favors, and make your name famous and distinguished. And you will be a blessing, dispensing good to others. And I will bless those who bless you, who confer prosperity or happiness upon you, and curse him who curses or uses insolent language towards you. And you will all the families and kindred of the earth be blessed, and by they will bless themselves." So Abram departed as the Lord had directed him. God asked him to completely leave everything, his family, everything. I think about how many times I know I hear God's voice saying, do something. And sometimes it doesn't have to be anything that is that big, but I'm thinking, I don't want to do that. And I don't do it. And I hear it again, and I don't do it. And again, and I don't do it. God expected everyone to take direction the first time. You save so much sorrow and grievance when you listen to your parents the first time. And Abraham did so. He was still Abram at this point. But can you imagine? He left everything just as God told him to. So Abram departed as the Lord had directed him, and Lot, who was his nephew, went with him. Abram was 75 years old when he left Haran. Abram took Sarai his wife, and Lot his brother's son, and all their possessions that they had gathered, and the persons, servants in parentheses, that they had acquired in Haran, and they went forth to go to the land of Canaan. When they came to the land of Canaan, verse 6, Abram passed through the land to the locality of Shechem, to the oak or terebinth tree of Moreh, and the Canaanite was then in the land. Verse 7, Then the Lord appeared to Abram and said, "I will give this land to your posterity." So Abram built an altar there to the Lord, who had appeared to him. From there he pulled up his tent pegs and departed to the mountains on the east of Bethel, and pitched his tent with Bethel on the west and Ai, we'll see how that's pronounced, on the east. And there he built an altar to the Lord and called upon the name of the Lord. Abram journeyed on, still going toward the south, the Negeb. Verse 10, Now there was a famine in the land, and Abram went down into Egypt to live temporarily. For the famine in the land was oppressive. It was intense and grievous. And when he was about to enter into Egypt, he said to Sarai, his wife, "I know that you are beautiful to behold." And they were getting on up in years. and he was calling her beautiful. So when the Egyptians see you, they will say, "This is his wife," and they will kill me, but they will let you live. Say, I beg of you, that you are my sister, so that it may go well with me for your sake, and my life will be spared because of you. I do see a problem there. Does anyone else? Verse 14, and when Abram came into Egypt, the Egyptians saw that the woman was very beautiful. Verse 15, the princes of Pharaoh also saw her and commended her to Pharaoh, and she was taken into Pharaoh's house, his harem. And he treated Abram well for her sake. He acquired sheep, oxen, he-donkeys, men servants, maidservants, she-donkeys, and camels. But the Lord scourged Pharaoh, and his household was serious with plagues because of Sarai, Abram's wife. And Pharaoh called Abram and said, "What is this that you have done to me? Why did you not tell me that she was your wife? Why did you say, 'She is my sister,' so that I took her to be my wife? Now then, here is your wife. Take her and get away from here." So at least Pharaoh had some sense. Verse 20, and Pharaoh commanded his men concerning him, and they brought him on his way with his wife and all that he had. So it saved Abram's life, or so Abram thought in his head, but he gave Sarai to be thought of as his sister, so that anyone could do what they wanted with her. It sort of makes a little bit more sense later on when we find out the decision that she makes to have a child. Already we are seeing beginnings of what lying and just not being truthful within marriage can do. God did protect them as much as possible. And Pharaoh, he was like, "Oh, I want nothing to do with this, because I know God will put me out and my kingdom." That is the end. Genesis 12, verses 1 through 20.